Hello everyone, I'm Joshua from JDK92, and today I want to discuss the NASCAR playoff picture right now, and who I believe will win the championship, who gets knocked out, and what I believe will happen. So first off, I'm going to discuss the drivers that are locked in so far, and these from first to 12th to 13th. Not 13th, 11th. That's Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then here's some drivers where the bubble is, which is Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell. And just outside the playoff bubble is Daniel Suarez, AJ Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott, and Corey LaJoie. And the way the playoff system works is there's 26 races in the regular season. Starts off at the Daytona 500, ends at the Coca-Cola 600, also in Daytona. And so far, the only drivers that are locked in are Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then these drivers aren't locked in. The way you get locked in is if you win a race during the regular season. But these drivers aren't locked in, but so it's possible they do kind of bad. They get knocked out. Which in 12th is Kevin Harvick, plus 137 points to the good. Then we have Brad Keselowski, who's plus 108 points to the good. Chris Buescher, 97 points to the good. Bubba Wallace, only 2 points to the good. And Michael McDowell, only 1 point to the good. Then just outside the playoff picture, we have Daniel Suarez only out by 1 point. AJ Allmendinger out by 20. Ty Gibbs out by 41. Alex Bowman out by 42. Justin Haley out by 46. Austin Cindric out by 51. And Chase Elliott out by 60. And Corey LaJoie out by 91. So out of these drivers, Chase Elliott, he was out for I think 4 to 6 weeks with a broken tibia after a snowboarding accident. He's okay now. Just want to put that out there. But he lost a ton of points. He's been running well lately, but if he ran those races, he may very well have had a win. I'm not sure exactly what tracks he missed, but he could have won and already been in the playoffs. Alex Bowman was out for 6 weeks. He was in a sprint car crash where he broke his spine because the back vent nosed into the ground. And all the other guys have been having decent seasons. Kevin Harvick just carrying SHR right now. I don't know what happened, but their team is just doing horrible. Eric Almirola, Ryan Preece, and Chase Briscoe all way back in points. A few years ago, they were a powerhouse. They were one of the top teams to beat. And now they only have one driver in the playoffs. And the other three are well outside the top 20. Just abysmal, really bad. But the next few races coming up, though, we have the High Point 400 this weekend at Pocono. And Pocono is going to be a good track for drivers like Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman. I'm not sure Martin Truex Jr. has ever won there. And Kyle Larson. So I don't think we'll see a new winner. I don't know if anyone will really get locked in. Chase Elliott won it last year, but that was partially due to Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin getting disqualified. And in my opinion, they shouldn't have been because it was just a very, very thin piece of tape, which would have done almost nothing. So if it did anything, it would just barely be anything. I would say maybe a fine or something, but then the next race after that's at Richmond, which personally I was at Richmond, in spring. My sister was out of town with her boyfriend, and my dad surprised me with taking us up there to Richmond, and Kyle Larson won that race. So I believe Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Mark Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, like all those guys would be good picks up there. And then it's the Firekeepers Casino at Michigan International Speedway, just one state above me. I live in Indiana, and Michigan's right above me. I'd like to go to this race, but my dad and I are going to go to the one after that. But at Michigan, like some drivers I think would have a shot are Kevin Harvick. If he wins, I'll lock him into the playoffs, and he's retiring after this season, so that can give him like a proper send off. And then another driver I think like most people might, I'm not sure if you guys will believe in, is Bubba Wallace. He's been doing alright, I think. He's only plus 2 points to the good. But last year in Michigan, he won the pole and did really well. And then, so I think he can potentially win his way in. The next up is the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Personally, I'm going to be at this race. Like, my dad and I have gone there for the past few years. I've gone to the Brickyard since 2018 when I believe Brad Keselowski won it. My first ever one was 2015 when Kyle Busch won it. But at the Indy Road Course, it's only been run 2 times that I can think of. And both the winners so far have been AJ Allmendinger and Tyler Reddick. So I say both of them have an alright shot at it. So far, Tyler Reddick's locked in, but AJ Allmendinger is below the cut line, so that could put him in. But with Tyler Reddick, the one difference is that he was driving the number 8 car that's now driven by Kyle Busch. So if Kyle Busch was crew chief and them figure out the setup last year, maybe they can use the same setup this year. And then Kyle might have a shot at it, which I'd really like to see. He is my favorite driver. And then after the Brickyard, we have Watkins Glen, which typically Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott run really well at, so I expect one of those two to win. But also with the Indy Road Course, Michael McDowell has been doing well on the road courses, so it's possible he can win his way in. Then we have the Coke Zero 400, which is just a mad dash, which literally any driver can win in the field, like Corey LaJoie, Ty Dillon not having a good season, Noah Gragson not having a good season, Eric Jones not having a good season, but Daytona is a wild card. It's a 2.5 miles super speedway, I believe. Every driver is on 2-3 wide almost every single lap. You have to draft off each other that make mad moves, and there's almost every Daytona race there's a big one. Back in 2020, Jimmy Johnson was in the playoff picture, hadn't had a win, didn't get a win, and he was contending to make it into the playoffs, but then the big one struck, and he just wrecked out. He didn't make the playoffs, so my nose is just really itchy. But Daytona's a wild card. Anyone can win. Anything can happen. The next thing I'll discuss who I believe the round of 16 will be. Running a little bit low on time here. And I'll try to squeeze in the round of 12. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. I'm Joshua from JKV92, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.